Hey there, welcome back. I'm glad that you're able to tune in. I'm Will, and in this series, I'm going to start off with one of the things that is common for youngsters to get engaged with in the church, and that is primary school. And primary school is for kids that are younger, say 3 to 5, and then they go all the way up until, if I remember correctly, maybe 8, 9, 10. It's been a while. So now with that, I remember going into primary school and there being a teacher or two and different lessons being prepared. When you go to primary school, it was, at least in my experience, that you wore a white shirt and tie and pants and shoes, usually some sort of dress pants. We sang songs, and a big thing that they did do is they had one of the grown-ups dress as Joseph Smith. And this is a thing that was, I almost want to say, pre-planned and very repetitive, that they taught directly from the Book of Mormon, not from the church, not from the other church books, but mainly from the Book of Mormon. And they didn't choose to teach, in primary school at least, the lessons straight from the Bible. Now, I did not go to primary school every Sunday. I did not go to church every Sunday. With that came times to where they would, without a doubt, mark your seat with your name if you were not there. I vaguely remember this happening multiple times. And then when you came back, as you came back, you were more, not really labeled, but there's more positive energy from others around you. And it's almost like they were maybe hyper focused on, oh, you're here this Sunday, let's give you a little extra attention. Now, the primary school has a primary activation program. There's a primary leader training video selection titled Strengthening the Less Active. Now, one thing that they do is they identify the less active. They review the primary role and identify those who do not attend regularly. And they try and learn as much as they can about the less active child by speaking to those who might know the family, such as, friends, family members, acquaintances. And then what they do is they take those people that are less active and they send home teachers to the members' home. Now, home teachers are people that are selected by usually the higher leadership of the church. And they teach the older, say elderly people that are not able to move around, maybe not able to get to church, but also people that they find to be going astray or not showing up as often. Because if you think of it, the church is well organized. The more people that they have attend, that's more people that they can emphasize into paying tithing. And I'll get to that in another video, but that's what the church runs on, is tithing. Now, back to primary school, this usually would happen after sitting in church for about an hour and a half. Now, if you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, it's hard to sit in church for an hour and a half while everyone's singing hymns and they're conducting the sacrament and things of that nature. My primary school experience that I vaguely remember was just one of those things where, like, I didn't really want to stand up and participate. I was just kind of there. I was there because I knew some friends. I had family that went to the church. And that's how I got introduced to primary school. Later on, when I turned 8, I was baptized by a family member. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But my younger age is, I don't really remember too much. And I feel like a lot of it is molding and sculpting children's minds into, hey, Joseph Smith is the prophet. You know, this is what we're teaching you. It's true. You know, they have catchy songs with different lyrics and activities, and they make it fun. Now, this could be for some, but not for everyone. I myself, looking back on it, I don't recall much of it, and I don't really see too many negative things that I encountered as a child in primary school, but I just remember it being kind of long and not wanting to really be there. And if I try to leave without my mom, you know, one of the other teachers or one of the adults, because a lot of times they have younger kids in there and they're in there with their moms or they're in there with their dads, they would prevent you from leaving the classroom, which is okay to a certain degree. But you know, if you said, hey, I want my mom, they kind of influence you to try and stay, try and keep you isolated, I'd say, until things were over. And so if you have a primary school experience in the Mormon church, reach out to me. I'd love to hear it, positives or negatives. And if you were to ask me right now, would I want my son to go to primary school in the Mormon church, I would honestly tell you no. Because this is like the groundwork. This is where they start to slowly mold and develop certain things and teachings that are ingrained, I would say, and sought after as you grow. But yeah, there's also, like, I'm reading from one of the things that I got passed on to. It says, like I was saying, this goes to the empty chair. Implement empty chair program in your class. Each less active child has a chair set for them in class with their name on it. When doing a lesson related activity, include the class members in doing a handout or something for each less active child. You can drop these off on your way home or mail them. So that's pretty much saying, hey, let's do something for a less active child that's not here, and then let's go to their home and drop it off after school or after church, or mail it to their home. If you're trying to get out of the church, or if you're thinking about different things, that could be definitely unwanted. So that's pretty much my quick summary of primary school for me. And in the next video, I'll talk about how I was baptized, received the blessing of the Holy Ghost, and what things were expected of me as a young man to, I believe it was about 12 years old, and what the church wanted me to do. So stay tuned. I hope you're well. Take care.